Hello everyone and welcome back for another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I am of course your host Aaron, and today we are going to do something special as we're going to talk about Diablo 4 and Season 4. And you know what? We're going to talk about it today. So let's get rolling with a fresh edition of this guy right here, Aaron. So Diablo 4 has had its ups and downs over its, I guess, 2 years that it's been out, which I think it may have been 2 years. Recently, they just dropped a new thing in the game because it is a anniversary, so it could be the 2nd year anniversary. They did a little XP boost, a little bit more with the goblins who drop like treasures and shit. And you think it would be great, but to be honest with you, it's not all that great. The XP seems to be going a lot slower than I thought it would be, and the goblin treasures really don't give you anything beneficial. It gives you something like within your class level gear, and it doesn't give you things that you can get within a nightmare dungeon, maybe at like a level 100, or if you fought Doriel, or Andril, or Lilith, any of the big uber bosses that you can get uber drops from. So if you're going to put in a little season treat for a yearly thing, why not just give us something great like the goblins drop a bunch of shit that you need? But that's not the case at all. So let's just talk about Season 4. Now, Season 3 was a big letdown. They had the companion with you. The companion didn't really do much. It was really a bad season. A lot of people stopped playing. The population in Diablo dropped dramatically. I was in a guild that had maybe over 150 people. Maybe 3 or 4 people logged in at a time. That's how you can see how awful the game was at the time. So Season 4, they rolled out a new system in place, a lot of character changes, a lot of tweaks, a lot of shit that you didn't think was going to be in there before. They said they increased the number of unique drops, they increased the drop rates, they stopped giving out crappy loot and gear, which was a good thing because every time you kill something, you just get a ton of shit. You'd have to sell it, you have to go back to town, and it really wasn't worth it. But they did take a lot of things out of the game. They took away the vampiric powers, which were pimp. Everybody loved that shit from Season 2. Why not throw that back into Season 4? They took out, what else? Oh, the amount of gold you find. Now, gold is a very important piece in Diablo. Now, you need at least hundreds of million to a billion gold to create items and invest into your gear to increase the stats. And now with this season, you have 3 opportunities to increase your gear. Now, usually these, I want to say like orange looking, unique ancestral items, you'd get 4 stats on it. That's it, no more. They give you 3 stats because now you can put 2 bonus stats by tinkering with all your items, which is pretty cool. It gives you a little extra thing in the game. It wasn't there before, and I kind of like that aspect. You can use like a skill or a talent or put poisons and shit. You no longer have to use your gems on your items, which kind of give you some immunity or some boost to your stats. Now you can actually do it yourself. Now the problem is that's all random. All random. And you're seeing people on YouTube murdering the shit out of these things called pits. Pits is also a new thing they put in the game. It's basically a zone that just increases with difficulty as you go, one for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And through these pits, they drop the items that you tinker your gear with to increase the stats of everything. So now there is a system. You go into a zone, you beat the zone, you get the items, you go increase your gear, you go back in. It's a never-ending cycle, and with that never-ending cycle, the game gets completely boring. Now, Hell Tides, which were just events that happened maybe I want to say they were every 15 minutes, but now they're basically every like 3 minutes or 5 minutes. They restart, and you have to go in these Hell Tides, and you have to, beat a bunch of monsters. And if you beat these monsters, you get something towards faction, which is called like Wolfbane or some shit. Well, if you get a certain amount of Wolfbane things, you can get a unique spark. And this unique spark is used to get uber unique items. Now, there's about 5 to 6 uber unique items, which cost 4 sparks to make. Now, you are able to get the 4 sparks by completing the Wolfbane, killing Uber Lilith, killing Uber Andril, and killing Uber Doriel. That's 4 of them. Now, you can also get the opportunity to get these uber unique drops through killing these mobs and putting on this gear. Now, this gear is very important because without that gear, you are never going to get to those top tiers of the pit levels, and you're not going to get through maybe other content that might be available, which is basically the pits. And they also have now something else, which is ranks your class. So somewhere on the map, you can go in, pop a, whatever level you want to do, go through it and kill a bunch of mobs, and they actually put you on a ranking list online. Now, am I on the ranking list? I am not on the ranking list at all. Don't even look, don't even attempt to look up my character's name. I'm not even going to tell you my character's name. So this season, I decided to go with the Barbarian again. I got to level 100 pretty quick. I liked his skills. I did a couple different things than I did last season. This season, of course, is a lot different because there's no shitty companion. And I kind of like it. But now I switched off from my Barbarian because I was getting no uniques. No, I haven't gotten one yet. And I've ran about 125 Doro runs. And I got shit. Absolutely nothing. So you know me. I am very disappointed in my Diablo season. So I built a Necromancer in the hopes, because if you create a new character and you go through all the Wolfman thing, you are given a spark, a splendid spark, or whatever the hell I called it, resplendent spark. So I am going to get at least one Uber through these other methods than going and killing these Uber mobs, because I am not getting any luck. It's awful, it's terrible, and I am just not happy. So Diablo Season 4 has been a lot better than Season 3, and a lot of people have come back. There's a lot more people in the game, so it's a little bit more funner. The thing about Diablo is it's cool because, it's different from EverQuest, where you're in a group dynamic where you have to do groups to get through things. And Diablo, you really don't need that group dynamic, but it kind of makes the game a little lackluster and not as fun because now you're just by yourself. And there's a lot of other stuff I could do by myself. Now, hey, dirty-minded folks, but there's a lot of stuff I could do by myself in the game, and it just takes time. And if I'm not doing anything to help somebody or do something in my guild or whatnot, what's the point? What's the point of playing a game? Because no one is going to go looking for me on the player list. I mean, that's the same thing with EverQuest, too. No one's going to look for me either. But Diablo Season 4 is a lot better than Season 3, and hopefully Season 5 is going to be a lot cooler. I am hopeful that once I do get one of my uniques or my item Uber Johns, that I'm going to kill it and I'll get past pit 55, because that's where I'm stuck at. People are definitely in pit like 155 and 156. I see a lot of YouTubers, and then I try to build my gear and my class on my character just like theirs, and I fail miserably. I suck. All right, I'll admit it. I suck in Diablo. Not good at all. I am awful. Ugh. So, you know what? Though I try every single season to be one of these tough guys in Diablo, and I got into the game because my friend Mike was playing it. He doesn't play the game anymore. He's got too much shit going on. So now I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs, playing Diablo, thinking I'm going to be husky, and you know what, folks? I ain't going to be husky at all. So that's my complaining about Diablo. But Diablo 4, Season 4, if you want to play it and you were playing season or any other season and you thought they sucked, Season 4 is definitely one you can jump in and have a good time. So, without further ado, let's get to them ups and them downs. So, Diablo Season 4, you are getting an up. That's right, you are getting an up. And that's pretty much it. My name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me at the 8 Minutes with Aaron. I will see you next time when we go for more things, more stuff, and hey, maybe something a little bit more interesting. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.